Joining us now. Say hello to Stephen. Say hello to Brian. It is Chicago Med, city I lived in for a few years. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And I've got to begin with what we're coming. I feel we're coming slowly out of it. What's the pandemic been like for production for you guys in Chicago? Stephen, I'll begin with you.
Well, I have to tell you, I've been really impressed because the show follows protocols very strictly. They figured out how to do it. Everybody's tested relentlessly, and they've created a really high-functioning bubble, and they're able to get these shows out. Everybody follows the rules. You mask up until they say, "Okay, action." You pull the mask off, and they're following the rules and doing well and pumping out this show. In other words, there's a way of doing it that makes sense, that accommodates people's needs and assuages their fears, and it's been great, actually.
Brian, for you, how has it changed you? How has it affected you?
I feel like our set is one of the safest places to be during the pandemic. I always predicate the success of our show to the crew members and our producers, and they've done an exceptional job, especially with the COVID situation, and really kind of implementing these particular standards that have raised the bar, I feel, for all shows. And for myself, there's no other place that I feel more safe than our particular show, and I give credit to our producers, our cast, and our crew. And I also say, a lot of the stuff, even though we're in a bubble, leads outside of work, and we've all kind of looked each other in the eye and took it upon our own shoulders to take that responsibility as well, because we know if we brought it in, our chain is only as strong as our weakest link in that particular sense. So we all depend on one another to keep that standard and that bar and to keep the show going. And we've done that for almost now 13 episodes.
And one of the characters in the show is Chicago. How's the city taken this? I know they've taken you in their arms, but what has that been like to have all these people? Chicago's an interesting town. They love their sports, they love their food, and that means they love their series that are produced there. What's that been like, Stephen?
I mean, I wish I could really tell you, but the fact is, I'm in my room or I go to set, and the weather is such. Chicago, you lived there. It's pretty severe, and was last February. I had no desire to go out into the bleak tundra. So I'll let you know when it warms up. But there's few cities that are as fantastic as Chicago. So I can't wait to get out and about.
And one of the things, Brian, both of you guys, the crossover shows, they pull you in and they keep your attention. And are we going to see more of them? What's it like for you guys to deal with the crossover with Fire and PD? And how easy or how difficult is it to do, Brian?
Difficulty. I mean, I feel like scheduling wise is the most difficult part. It's a bunch of moving parts trying to puzzle together. But it's a fantastic, what I call, event for television. I feel like bringing three universes together under one kind of roof is something really spectacular and special. And individually, there's a particular audience that loves that particular show, and when we drive a particular storyline through it, I think it just becomes really riveting for television. So yeah, I hope that we do have more. Unfortunately, under the COVID era, we're not going to be able to do that this season, but I can definitely count on multiple seasons down the line of us doing that more and more.
Stephen, you like that too?
No, I don't. I don't like it. Yeah, no, sure, I love it. I'm hopeful that they'll do crossovers with Wings and ER and the Flintstones.
And you can go down to New Orleans too to do that.
That's right. I mean, look, it's actually an incredibly smart thing to do. Not only is it fun for the audience, but man, it's a smart way to bring more viewers in.
Let me ask you this: when you guys get the scripts, table reads, whatnot, and you read what's going to happen with your part, what's going to happen, throughout the show. I always say, if I were in your shoes, what I read on, or if I were a real doc, or for what I read on Tuesday, I'd have on Wednesday. Would they have any of you been taken by that? You see something and I go, wow, this is really real. Has anything thrown you in a script or emotionally gotten to you,
Brian?
I think I'm answering this question right. I feel like we've been very fortunate to get our scripts a little bit in advance, but what I love about our shows is that, we try to take the Chicago, I would say even the Dick Wolf brand motto, and stripping from the headlines. And I think the social issues, the cultural issues that are actually existing in our world today, we'll try to definitely implement into our particular show in subtle ways. And I feel like in those particular instances, am I thrown a little bit? No, I would say I actually lean in more than lean back.
You don't get emotional. You don't get scared about some of these diseases.
I don't. Well, I guess if you're talking about particular diseases, does it make me think and go down the rabbit hole of the things I should be aware of? Sure. Yeah. I don't want to get some of the things that our patients have gotten. Definitely. But when I'm doing research on them, you go down the Google rabbit train hole and all this other stuff, and you just basically realize, like, if you have a cut in your hand, you're done. Forget about it.
Same for you, Stephen. Same for you.
I mean, the thing is that with this particular character, it's not a cakewalk. So everything that every situation so far that my characters encountered is pretty heavy. Even the more nuanced kind of interpersonal socializing things, they're heavy. It's not light. It's not light entertainment. No, I mean, look, this show it goes pretty deep and dark. So what you could potentially encounter. So I'm not thrown by it. The only thing that throws me is why they still hire me. So
I'm going to wrap up with this quick question and a quick answer. Social media. Do you guys get a lot out of it from the folks that get on social media, or do you even stay away from it?
I feel like the fans absolutely love it. And if the fans love it, we should definitely continue to do it.
Stephen?
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I've kind of limited it for myself personally, but look, it's a commercial tool. It's a great forum to trade ideas and especially about favorite shows.
If it's Wednesday night, it must be Chicago. Chicago Med. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Stephen. Continued success. Stay safe, stay warm, and look forward to talking to you guys again. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.